Hi everyone! For those who don't know me yet, my name is Alicia. I'm a self-taught cake baker who at some point started blogging and now helps not only cake bakers but also small business owners, helping them grow their businesses, acquire clients, increase pricing and improve their products and much more. So I'd be very happy if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video and leave something in the comments. Today we have a very interesting topic that will primarily interest cake bakers. I warn you that it might be boring sometimes for someone, but still give it your time. It's very important for small business owners, especially for cake bakers. In this video, I suggest that we calculate the cost price of standard cake ordered by customer and figure out how much you should be earning, what percentage. We'll calculate everything possible. I think I'll be making some insert diagrams in this video, so I'll leave some space on this side for your convenience. This is a very important topic. It may seem like we're just baking a cake, but we need to understand the finances well, know everything clearly, and understand everything clearly. So sit back comfortably, take a pen and piece of paper or your planner and carefully write everything down, listen and be sure to implement it in your business. Let's go. The first thing we need to do is calculate the cost price of one cake. It's quite simple to do. You just need to get to it because the biggest problem is this matter is laziness. What is the cost price of a cake? It's a cost of all its ingredients, plus the price of packaging and utility expenses. So let's get to the most interesting part and let's start counting. The longest stage is the calculation of the cost of ingredients. You can create a convenient table for your cake recipes to save time in the future and only change the prices of products. You will need just to keep an eye on the fluctuation of product prices in stores and change them in your table. Or you can constantly recalculate the cost if you really enjoy the process, if you have a lot of free time, or if you enjoy it. The cost of required amount of ingredients is calculated by a very simple formula, where A is cost of the required amount of ingredients, B cost of the product, C required amount of the product, and D total amount of the product. I will calculate everything in grams because it's so comfortable for me and for my recipes. For example, I made you a table. Let's take flour. You buy a 1 kilogram package. It costs $4.50. For one cake, you need only 120 grams, and we do the calculations by the formula. We get a figure out 44 cents. This is the cost of the required amount of flour for making this particular one cake. Of course, flour is more cheaper than chocolate and another. Okay, we do the same with each ingredient. Take sugar. For a 1 kilogram package, we pay $5 in the store. For the cake, we need only 120 grams as well, so the cost of this amount is 60 cents. This formula is very simple and convenient, easy to use. Add packaging expenses here. The cost of the box, ribbon, cards, business cards, and so on. Of course, if you use additional decoration, if not, then we count just the box. We do not forget to count this item. We do not bypass it. We do not reduce the prices. If you use satin ribbon, then you can calculate the cost based on the length of the ribbon. You can calculate the cost of one box yourself, or if you buy boxes on Amazon, then under their name and price, you can see the cost of one box, because Amazon automatically indicate all this. For example, the transparent luxury boxes that I sell on Amazon, the cost of one set is $28. The set comes with 4 pieces. Accordingly, the cost of one cake box is $7. We add them to the cost of the cake. Account for other expenses. Over time, your baking molds, silicone molds, spatulas, pastry bags, and so on, your mixer wear out. There is no specific formula for calculation here. Arrive self-independently, but do not forget about these items. For example, once a year I change silicone spatulas for my cakes. I buy them at Target, and for some reason, especially at Christmas, they make special spatulas with wooden handles that I really like. They are very convenient to work with. One spatula costs about $5 as far as I remember, and every year I buy several pieces to use them in work, to shoot video with them, and to make my cakes. So we calculate all this. We lay down a certain small amount of equipment where. Understandable, this is not hundreds of dollars, but I don't know which equipment you work with. Maybe you have some incredible mixer or special fancy devices for creating a cake. Usually this amount is about $5 or $10 a month. And another little item where you need to do some calculation is utility expenses: gas, water, electricity. If you work in the commercial kitchen, then usually all these expenses are already included in the kitchen rent. Accordingly, then we replace this item with the cost of renting your kitchen, hourly or monthly, as you specifically agreed with the commercial kitchen. However, if you work from home, then we calculate utility bills. These expenses are a bit more difficult to calculate. Often about this item all home cake bakers forget, because it kind of goes parallel and seems like it shouldn't be noticed. But we are real businessmen, businesswomen, right? And we need to calculate everything. So here we use one simple method. First, study your utility bills and calculate the total amount cost. Second, calculate daily or hourly costs. I'll add formulas right here, and you'll be able to calculate everything independently. Personally, when I made custom cakes, I used the first formula. I calculate the daily expense, and already part of this expense I add to the cost of the cake. Okay, we learned the cost of the finished cake, but that's not all. We finished the most routine and complex monotone parts. Now we naturally need to pay for labor and set aside an amount of the development and grow our business. And to calculate the total cost of the cake, not only the cost price, we need to add a salary for our work on this cake and profit. This is a percentage which we want for our business to grow. The percentage for business grow can be anything from 2% to 100%. It depends on your expenses, professionalism, and client base. For example, if you just start making custom cakes, then probably it will not be very responsible to put 100% markup on the cake, because you probably overprice it and you will have either a couple of clients a month or no clients at all. And the same thing, if you have been working for a very long time, you have a large client base, but for some reason you notice that during the year your income doesn't grow at all, your business doesn't develop, and there is naturally a reason to raise the percentage, increase the cost of the cake. And please note that you yourself determine what the percentage of growing will be for your business, and how much money you will take from one cake for payment for your labor. Payment for your work should be mandatory, because it's the same thing as if you find a person and pay him for making this cake. You can make some fixed payment for yourself or pay hourly. For example, count your time when you work with your hands, and of course time when your sponge stand in the oven we do not count if you just this time sit and watch TV. However, if you stand and cook, for example, cream, frosting or fillings for the cake, then there is normally we count this time too. We count the hours and pay them to ourselves. Now let's calculate the total cost of the cake. I will now give an example of my calculations for a standard cake for 10 people. Without any fancy filling, that is, I did not use exotic fruits, just regular cake from good ingredients. So, expenses on ingredients totaled $45, utility bills $3, other expenses $5, packaging expenses $23, wigs $50, profit 30%, $38. The total cost of my cake is $164. This is the minimum amount we can take for a cake. This is the bare minimum. Otherwise, we will not develop. Our business will not grow, or even worse, we will work at a loss and we will have to go to another job to support this business. This is a terrible option, but unfortunately I have encountered that some cake bakers do just that for the reason that they cannot calculate the cost price of the cake. They cannot calculate their work, calculate profit for their business, and they are stuck in such a wheel. They can't just get out of it because it seems from the outside that they just transferred payment for the cake $200 and it seems like it's a good amount, but in fact the cost of their cake turned out to be $220, for example. So we always control this, we count, analyze, always. That's all. It turned out to be such a complicated topic, a long video, but it's very important. I ask you again to pay attention to this. You can rewatch the video, calculate the cost price of your cakes, your fillings and others, and work for a profit. I wish your business to bring you good income, for you to grow, develop and succeed in all your endeavors. If you have any questions or if I missed anything, ask in the comment, I will definitely respond. If everything is okay, please put like on this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to not miss new videos. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you in the next videos.